Good morning and welcome to the Workplace Learning channel. I am delighted to introduce to you our opening speaker, Fiona Letos. Fiona has 18 years experience delivering internationally focused projects, programs and initiatives for state and federal governments. Fiona, Director International Education in Global Victoria, where her work is currently focusing on supporting international student welfare through COVID-19 and economic recovery efforts for the international education sector. In her previous roles in Global Victoria, Fiona oversaw the management of the Victorian Government Trade and Investment International Network and led a number of international policy, program and strategic initiatives that support the VGTI network to achieve its economic objectives for Victoria and enable whole of government coordination on international engagement. Fiona led the delivery of key initiatives, such as International Chamber House and Victoria's suite of Asia capability programs, including the HAMA scholarships and Asian Gateway program. Would you please welcome Fiona?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Fiona Letos and I'm the Director of International Education in Global Victoria at the State Government of Victoria, where I also head up Study Melbourne. I would like to firstly acknowledge the traditional Aboriginal owners of country throughout Victoria, their ongoing connection to this land, and pay my respects to their culture and their elders past, present and future. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak today. It's very exciting to be part of such an amazing event. First, I'd like to tell you a little bit about Global Victoria. So Global Victoria is the trade agency of the Victorian Government. We open the world to Victorian business and welcome the business world to Victoria. And we do this by building the skills and knowledge of Victorian businesses to grow on the international stage, promoting the state's world-class industry capabilities to international audiences, and leading the nation as the best city in Australia to study in. Global Victoria's education network and education service managers located in our 23 Victorian Government Trade and Investment International offices in key export markets can open doors for companies and help make global connections. Global Victoria sees terrific opportunities in EdTech. If we go back to 2020, because of COVID and the migration of learning online, we watched as Victoria's EdTech companies promptly responded with creative solutions to further produce, refine and diversify its products and services to meet new market demands. While COVID-19 has caused disruption, it has also brought opportunities. The global interest and demand for online resources and EdTech has grown exponentially due to COVID-19 and the rapid shift to online learning. Venture capital activity for EdTech is projected to hit $150 billion over the coming 10 years, with expenditure projected to double to $404 billion by 2025. Demand for EdTech provides a great opportunity for companies to capture booming investment and to export to global markets. In Australia, the online education industry has expanded rapidly in the past 5 years as technology develops and the positive perception of online learning continues to spread. Today, Australia has approximately 600 Australian EdTech companies that provide employment to 13,000 people and turns over $2.2 billion in annual revenue. In Victoria, there are approximately 200 EdTech companies that employ around 4,200 people. EdTech offers a unique opportunity for education providers to remain globally competitive and reach its share of global learners, ensuring that digitally savvy international students continue to be attracted to study with Victoria. Supporting the EdTech ecosystem ensures Victoria remains a globally competitive education state, enables reach and retention of global learners, enhances student academic experience, and provides opportunities for students to continually build on their skills to increase their employability potential. A cloud guru, which originated in Victoria, is a leading education tech company that has recently been acquired for $2.7 billion. KeyPath, a Melbourne-based company, is Australia's largest EdTech company and has recently been listed on the Australian Stock Exchange. KeyPath raised $200 million and has been valued at $800 million. Melbourne is rapidly being established as Australia's education technology capital. The City of Melbourne alone is home to 33% of Australia's EdTech companies, which provide transformative learning solutions to globally recognised education institutions. The state's EdTech capabilities centre on education leadership, enhanced capabilities to deliver EdTech solutions, and a strong reputation in delivering high-quality international education. Victorian EdTech startup companies were well represented in the Holland IQ Australia and New Zealand EdTech 50, an annual list that recognises the most innovative and most promising EdTech startup companies in the region. In this ranking, Melbourne had the largest share of EdTech startup companies, including companies focusing on workforce and skills, learning environments, and education management analytics. The state is home to the nation's online education service sector, with companies such as Open Universities Australia, Online Education Services, KeyPath, and more recently FutureLearn, all based in Melbourne. There are very exciting and rapidly emerging opportunities for Victorian EdTech companies to support education outcomes in global markets. And likewise, there are increasing opportunities for international partners to work with, collaborate, and invest in Victoria's vibrant EdTech sector. As a trade facilitation agency, Global Victoria is always seeking new opportunities to support economic resilience and recovery from the pandemic. In 2020-21, Global Victoria delivered a suite of virtual trade missions to the US, LATAM, India, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Oman, and Southeast Asia to connect Victorian businesses to global opportunities, facilitate international collaboration, and position companies on the global stage, whilst reinforcing the state of Victoria as the home of Australian EdTech. And the Victorian government aims to leverage growth in EdTech, online learning, and the online student experience, while helping Victoria's world-class education providers to expand their global reach. In March this year, we opened our first Study Melbourne hub in Shanghai. The hub is the first of a network the government is establishing around the world, providing support to offshore international students studying or looking to study with a Victorian education provider. The hub provides a place for students enrolled at Victorian institutions, prospective students and alumni to access support and study areas, learn about studying in Victoria, and attend free events curated for our student community. Students can bring their own devices and connect to the hub's Wi-Fi network. They can access online learning from Victorian education providers. And in recognition of Victoria's global leadership in digital pedagogy and international in education innovation, the hubs will also connect investors, EdTech companies and education providers, educators and researchers to come together either virtually or physically to export and invest in Victoria's EdTech capabilities. Our next hubs will open in Kuala Lumpur and Ho Chi Minh City soon, with virtual hubs in Latin America and India for the time being. We have a terrific EdTech sector in Victoria, and to keep pace with the future, we must continue to collaborate and support and scale local EdTech initiatives. Businesses, education providers, and policymakers all have a role to play to help EdTech organisations prosper. And this is why an event like this is so important to this sector. We're really excited for 2022. We hope you are too, and we look forward to welcoming you all to Melbourne next year. Thank you so much.